and welcome to Sports Spotlight tonight. We dive into a revealing moment from tennis legend Chris Evert, who opened up about the hidden costs of her early success on the court. In a candid interview, Evert admitted that her relentless pursuit of tennis glory took a toll on her personal life, including her relationships and marriages. Stay with us as we explore her journey, her reflections, and what this means for athletes balancing fame and personal well-being. That's right, Chris Evert, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, is known for her 18 Grand Slam titles and an unmatched competitive spirit. But behind the trophies and accolades, Evert's story sheds light on the sacrifices that often come with stardom. Let's take a closer look at her remarkable career and the personal challenges she faced. Chris Evert burst onto the tennis scene in the 1970s as a teenage prodigy. Born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, she was just 16 when she reached the semifinals of the 1971 U.S. Open, captivating fans with her poise and precision. Known for her baseline game and mental toughness, Evert dominated women's tennis, holding the world #1 ranking for over 7 years and winning at least one Grand Slam title every year from 1974 to 1986. Her rivalry with Martina Navratilova became the stuff of legend, defining an era of tennis with their contrasting styles. Evert's steady, calculated play against Navratilova's aggressive serving volley. But while Evert's professional life soared, her personal life faced challenges she later attributed to the pressures of her early fame. In a recent interview, Evert reflected on how her intense focus on tennis shaped her life in ways she didn't anticipate. Play clip of Evert speaking. That affected my relationships, my marriages. I was so focused on tennis, on being the best, that I didn't always give enough to the people around me. These words resonate deeply, offering a rare glimpse into the personal sacrifices behind her public triumphs. Evert's honesty highlights a universal struggle for athletes who rise to fame at a young age. She married 3 times, first to tennis player John Lloyd, then to skier Andy Mill, and later to golfer Greg Norman. Each relationship faced unique pressures, and Evert has acknowledged that her drive for perfection on the court often left little room for emotional availability off it. To unpack this further, we're joined by sports psychologist Dr. Sarah Thompson, who works with elite athletes on balancing their careers and personal lives. Dr. Thompson, welcome to the show. What do you make of Chris Evert's comments about the toll her career took on her relationships? Dr. Thompson, thank you for having me. Evert's story is a powerful reminder of the psychological demands of elite sports. Young athletes like Evert often face intense pressure to perform, which can lead to a singular focus on their sport. This can strain relationships, as personal connections require time and emotional energy that athletes may feel they can't spare. Evert's openness about her marriages is significant. It shows how even the most successful athletes can struggle to find balance. Dr. Thompson, how common is this among athletes, especially those who achieve success early in their careers? Dr. Thompson, it's very common. When you're young and thrust into the spotlight, your identity becomes tied to your sport. For someone like Evert, who was a global star by her teens, it's easy to prioritize winning over everything else. Relationships often take a backseat because the demands of training, travel, and competition are relentless. Over time, this can lead to feelings of isolation or regret, as Evert has expressed. Evert's career spanned an era when mental health support for athletes wasn't as robust as it is today. Do you think modern athletes have better resources to navigate these challenges? Dr. Thompson, absolutely. Today, sports organizations prioritize mental health, offering access to counselors, life coaches, and support systems. Athletes like Simone Biles and Naomi Osaka have been vocal about their struggles, helping to normalize these conversations. That said, the pressure to perform remains immense, and finding balance is still a challenge for many. Evert's reflections also come at a time when athletes are increasingly open about the personal costs of their careers. Let's take a moment to look at her legacy beyond the court. After retiring in 1989, Evert built a successful career as a commentator, philanthropist, and tennis academy founder. She's also been a mentor to younger players, offering guidance on navigating the pressures of professional sports. And her influence extends to the next generation. Players like Coco Gauff and Emma Raducanu have cited Evert as an inspiration, not just for her game, but for her resilience. Everett's willingness to share her struggles adds another layer to her legacy, showing that even champions face challenges that make them human. We want to hear from you, our viewers. Have you or someone you know faced challenges balancing career success with personal life? Share your thoughts with us on social media using #SportsSpotlight. Your stories could be featured in our next segment. Let's take a broader look at the issue. Everett's story isn't unique. Other athletes have spoken about similar struggles. Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian, has discussed how his focus on swimming led to mental health challenges and strained relationships. Serena Williams, another tennis icon, has talked about the sacrifices she made to stay at the top. These stories remind us that success often comes with a price. And it's not just athletes. High achievers in any field, whether business, entertainment, or academia, can face similar dilemmas. The drive to excel can sometimes overshadow personal connections, leading to moments of reflection like Everett's. Here's Evert in action during her 1980s prime, dominating the French Open with her signature clay court game. Show footage of Everett's matches. But behind these victories was a young woman navigating fame, pressure, and personal relationships under a global spotlight. Her recent comments remind us that even the greatest champions face moments of vulnerability. Everett's honesty also sparks a broader conversation about how we support athletes. Should governing bodies do more to provide life skills training? Should young athletes be encouraged to pursue interests outside their sport? These are questions the sports world continues to grapple with. As we wrap up, let's reflect on what Chris Evert's story teaches us. Her 18 Grand Slam titles and countless records speak to her greatness, but her willingness to share her struggles makes her relatable. It's a reminder that success doesn't shield anyone from life's challenges. Absolutely. Everett's legacy is not just in her trophies, but in her courage to speak openly about the highs and lows of her journey. Her story encourages us all to think about balance, whether we're chasing a championship or just trying to live our best lives. That's all for tonight's Sports Spotlight. Join us tomorrow as we preview the upcoming U.S. Open and discuss the rising stars looking to follow in Everett's footsteps. For now, thank you for watching,